Hi Stampers! Welcome to my Facebook Live. I'm Nancy Novak and I'm here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. to share with you my little cards and crafts that I make. And I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I use Stampin' Up! Products, which I absolutely love. And tonight I'm going to share with you some projects that I made using the Share What You Love Designer Series paper. And now I'm going to show you how to make this bridge card. So let me just get some of my supplies out of the way. Going to need this for sure. And this card doesn't take a lot of supplies, which is kind of cool. So I have coordinating pieces of Designer Series paper. So I have two like that and two like that. This is going to be my little banner in the front. And here is my main piece. And let's start off though with some stamping. So I'm going to put this off to the side for now and bring in this piece, which is going to be that piece right there. And let's see what else. This is another scrap I'm going to stamp the little bird on. So let's do the bird first. So I got Old Olive, and I'm bringing in the bird from Petal Palette. I like this bird. Painter's Palette? Not sure, I'll have to look that one up. So I'm using this little teeny tiny scrap for the bird. Okay, and I need a scrap sheet of paper because I'm going to stamp off. So let's see here. So for the sentiment, I brought in the big stamp. Let's see here. That's this one right here. And I'm going to use crumb cake and I'm going to stamp off. Make some room here. And I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to stamp up near the top of this piece. That's just to give us a little background. Oh, that didn't work too well, did it? Well, let's do that again. Let me bring in a little pad. Because this is a polymer stamp, so we want to give it a little bit more cushion. Okay, so I'm going to stamp off and then stamp up near the top. Okay, that's better. So then, let's see here. I'm going to bring in my sentiment, which is It's a Beautiful Day. And I'm going to stamp that in Rich Razzleberry. Just want to check this out. Okay. So I'm going to stamp that up here. Then I'm going to bring in my triple punch. This is a fun punch. This is the punch I use to punch out these little holes. Also does a little corner, and it does a little, like a little notch for tags. And the way you use this is you're going to put the corner in all the way into the little notches, and when you push down right in the middle. You don't push on the edges, push down right in the middle. Just want to make sure it's all the way in. Whoop, you moved on me. That would have been fun. There we go. So this will show through nicely when we put it on that dark background of Rich Razzleberry. Okay. Then for my little bird, what I did to color him in was I took the crumb cake Stampin' Blends and just filled in this little area where the Very Vanilla is. So simple to use these Stampin' Blends. That's it. That's all I had to do for that. That was simple. Let's see what else I did. Well, what I did next was I brought in my Petals and More Thinlits. And it has a thinlit to cut out the bird. And it has this sweet little design. And I just put that on crumb cake. And I cut it out, and that's what happened. And there's the little birdie. I have that all done, so we don't have to bring the big shot in again. So let me show you. So there's the little birdie all cut out. And my little designer piece. So now we just have to put this card together. So our main piece here, which I already have scored, and I will have these score dimensions, measurements on my blog on the project sheets, but this is 8 by 4 1/4, and I scored it at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. So what you want to do is you want to fold it in and fold it back and fold this side in and fold it back, but we want to use the bone folder. You want to get a nice crisp edge on those folds. So you definitely want to use the bone folder. Okay, so now I'm going to attach this right in the center. And if you wanted to, you could sign it, but I prefer to, when I make bridge cards, to put either another piece of Very Vanilla on the back, and you could put a design on it and sign it there, or you can just sign the card on the back, because I think this is so pretty. I wouldn't want, you know, names and writing to distract from the beauty. But you can do whatever you like, of course. And that's just going to go right here. And then I'm going to bring in these pieces. And on this one I had the little design facing up, and I put those there on the inside little sections. You could use Tombow glue if you'd like. Fits nicely right there. So this is a cute card you could use for any occasion. One of the girls in my class had a great idea for this card. I just thought it was a wonderful idea for It's a Beautiful Day. She has a friend that is going through chemo, and her last day of chemo is coming up later on in October, and she plans on being there and giving her this card to celebrate that final day of chemo. And I thought, what a perfect sentiment to give to her. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that just is very touching, very sweet, thoughtful. But I guess that's why we do what we do, right, ladies? We love giving cards and gifts. So there we go. We got that, all right? So now I am going to attach this piece. I'm going to attach these two pieces with snail. And I'm going to have to bring in some glue. Let me find my little scrap paper. Let's see here. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, and I'm going to bring in a piece of my sponge. I have one dedicated to glue, so I'm just going to touch it lightly, and this will be perfect for keeping this attached. Of course, you could just touch your Tombow glue to this, oops, or you could cut it out with the little sticky paper, so it's a nice little sticker. So I'm going to lay this on the right side of this little piece, this little banner. Get this glue out of the way before I stick other things to it. Then I'm going to bring in a dimension. Now I would use my big dimensions, but those are off to the side. I'm going to use my mini, and I'm going to pop this birdie up at the other end. And this is almost done. This is so simple, and it looks so impressive, and it's surprising how easy it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this piece over, the left side over, and I'm going to attach this banner where I want it to be, and I'm going to put it about right there, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't want to put too much glue on this side because I don't want it to come over and stick down to my card. So I'm just going to eyeball it on this side and put some snail there, or glue, whichever you prefer. And I think I'm just going to put some snail here for now. I want to make sure my sentiment's going to show. Okay, then this side we leave open, and we do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to put some snail right where that's going to end. And then this is how the card works. So when you put it in the envelope, you'll just flatten it one way and it slides right in, but the recipient gets to put it on their desk or their table. Isn't that beautiful? So one other thing I did do, I did tie a little bow on here with some twine. So let's do that real quick as we're finishing up. So I just tied a piece of twine right here on the end of this little banner. And play with that bow so it lays the way I want it to lay when I'm all done. It'll be gorgeous. So let's see what we got. We have our pretty little tea light box and our bridge card and our 3-inch card with the pretty envelope. Okie dokie. It's so funny. I get everything all set and it works, and then when I go live, my little switcher's not working again. So anyway, that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. If I post, I'd appreciate it if you'd share my post, get my name out there, and come back next week. Leave me your comments and suggestions, and I think that's it. So until next week, don't be shy, stamp and shout.